In a little over 24 hours from now, the Republicans who made the cut will take the stage in Cleveland for their first primetime presidential debate. Here's a look at the candidates who will be sparring tomorrow night. Polling frontrunner Donald Trump says that he's hoping for a civil evening, but is ready to pounce if attacked. 24-Hour News 8 political reporter Rick Albin already in Ohio, getting ready for the big debate. He joins us live from Cleveland tonight. Rick.
It is August. It's 15 months before the general election, a little less than a year before Republicans will convene here again for their convention to nominate the person they want to run for president. But this is important. Take a look at some of the video that we shot as we arrived here in Cleveland earlier today. They're preparing all around the Quicken Loan Center for those 17 candidates, 2 debates, one at 5 o'clock, one at 9 o'clock. We'll be here to cover them all. The reason it's so important, obviously, it's the first time they've had a chance to take the national stage all together. As you talked about, Donald Trump, the front runner, unexpectedly for many people, but with a double-digit lead, a lot of these candidates in that top 10 tier are trying to make themselves stand out, and that's what they'll be trying to do tomorrow night. Let's take a look at those top 10 again. Donald Trump, Jeb Bush, Scott Walker, the front runners. All the way at the very bottom, that's John Kasich. He just happens to be the governor of Ohio. He's only been in this race about 3 weeks, but to get in the top 10 already bodes well for him. This could be a little bit of a hometown audience, too, here in Cleveland. Here are the ones that will debate at 5 o'clock, not on the big stage, but still a chance to talk, including Governor Bobby Jindal, former candidates from 4 years ago, Governor Perry, former Governor Perry from Texas, and former Senator Rick Santorum. So why, you ask, 15 months before the general election, in the middle of August, would we be in Cleveland for a Republican debate? In fact, right here today, as we've been milling about, people have come up to us and say, what are you doing here? What's the big deal? A lot of people, even in Cleveland, don't know the debate's going on. The reason is that since the mid-1940s, the Republicans and voters in general in Ohio have gotten it right. Only once have they failed to choose the ultimate presidential candidate who becomes the president of the United States. That was 1960. They voted for Richard Nixon instead of John Kennedy. The other big deal is that Republicans have to win Ohio, and they think because of some recent changes here, they may well be able to do that in this election cycle. That is an absolute key to a Republican victory in 2016. And it's going to be a very big night here tonight, as it will next July when they have their convention here. So all in all, Ohio in play in a big way, and Republicans are trying to take advantage of that. We're live in Cleveland. Rick Albin, 24-Hour News 8.
Yeah, and Rick, as we were talking at 5, the format for the debate will lean heavily on social media, too. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's going to be a lot of input. I think there's going to be a lot of emphasis trying to reach out and get questions from people who are engaged, not just from the moderators. At least that's my hope. You know, that's the format we've used for the debates we've done over the past several election cycles. We find it does a couple of things. It almost always asks the important question, but it does it in such a way that it really connects with the viewer. And people right now are trying to get a sense of who it is they want to support. This is their first chance, so it only seems like the best idea for them to ask the questions as directly as possible, Brian.
All right. We'll look forward to it. Rick Albin reporting live from Cleveland. Thanks, Rick.